Hello, and welcome to my ranking of every single Future Tone song. This is not only my very first ranking video, but it's also my very first YouTube video in general, other than like PPD charts and stuff like that, so if this turns out to be a flop, that's okay, because at least it's a learning experience. Before we begin, let me lay out the ground rules for how I'm going to be ranking these songs, and if you don't care about that, just skip to this time. You're not going to be missing much. I'm just going to be going by the typical tiers, starting from worst to best, and after the S tier, I will be counting down my top 10. This is not an analysis video, it's purely my opinion, so the criteria is pretty much just based on vibes and whether I'd want to add the song to my playlist or not. I'll focus solely on the song, not the PV or the chart, and while I am going to explain why I placed the songs where I did, I noticed that I do repeat myself a lot, as well as sometimes contradicting myself, since at the end of the day, I can't logically explain every single aspect of why I like a song. It's like trying to explain why your favorite color is your favorite color. Since there are 250 songs, I'm going to keep my opinions very, very short, and I will not be discussing versions of the songs, like the 3-9 Giving's Day Butterfly on Your Right Shoulder, or like the 2D PVs and stuff like that. Oh, and please remember that this is purely my opinion. I have a lot of very controversial takes, and trust me, I'm very, very aware that they're controversial. But like, I can't change what songs I do and do not like, so if you disagree, I'd love to hear why. Anyway, enough said, let's get into the ranking of every single Future Tone song. Far Away is the most boring, soulless, default, and bland song in the entire game. Nothing about this song is exceptional in any way. Here's the thing though, it isn't a terrible song. So why is it at the very bottom? Well, at least for the songs that I hate, I have some passion for them because I hate them. This song though, I literally have absolutely no feeling towards this, and if it were removed from the game, I would not even notice. I am very biased because this is the best speedrunning song since it's the shortest, so I've had to hear it like billions of times, but still, even if I didn't, there's no other song in my opinion that is as bland as this one. Another song that I don't hate, but is also one of the most generic songs in existence. There isn't any substance to this song. Like, I didn't even realize that there was a chorus to the song until I got to the final one. I'm not taking charts and PVs into account like I said, but I think it's necessary to comment on them too because they are also so boring and bland. It's literally just Miku standing on a hill or running around the entire time. I can't tell if it's an edit PV or not. I do wonder if anyone actually does like this song. So, a little birdie told me that this song was better than Tricolor Airline, and that shook me down to my core, because that is not true. Kaido, unfortunately, is not the easiest Vocaloid to tune, and a lot of the time he has this very gulpy sound to him. I don't know how to explain it. I guess you could say Kermity. The song in particular, though, really showcases it. Usually I don't mind repetition in Vocaloid songs, as you'll see when we get to my higher songs, but this song does it way too much. And it doesn't even loop on a good portion of the song, in comparison to something like Kokoro. It's literally just the like millions of times. That by itself is the worst part, but also the song in general feels empty, especially when you get to the verses. Four songs in, and I'm already at one of my most controversial takes. I do not like Omoi's tuning. No hate to them or those that like them. I can tell that a lot of effort is put into their songs, but that doesn't mean I like it, and it does not do the trick for me. It's honestly kind of insufferable to listen to because it's a constant high-pitched noise that's being blasted into your ears, since every lyric has a very powerful presence to it. The song itself is also not the best. There aren't a lot of dynamics in it, and because of that, the entire song feels flat. even though it's supposed to feel very upbeat and energetic. I'm sure this is another very controversial take, but songs like this do not belong in Project Diva in my opinion. While I don't hate it as much as I used to, that definitely doesn't mean I like it. It's way too hype and the tuning is so over-exaggerated, it just feels very messy. I don't have much else to say about this one, but yeah, not very good. Wow, this song is annoying. It gives me a headache every time I have to listen to it. In case you couldn't tell, I'm a boomer when it comes to Project Diva since the last 3 songs were literally the new DLC for the game. But I don't know, this genre of music is just so common in modern Vocaloid that there isn't anything special about this one. It's repetitive, it's loud, it's messy, and it's very long. When I was in high school, I unknowingly added this song to my playlist, and whenever it came on, I always skipped it. The beginning is fine, I guess, but the chorus is not very good. I can understand why some people might like it because it blends elements of this gorgeous tuning with hard rock instrumentals, but it is not for me. A lot of the sections of the song feel very awkward, like when Miku is done singing the chorus and then there's just like this static sound where it feels like there should be something added, but there isn't. Yeah. The only upside of the song is the fact that there's a dog. Oh! This is a song that I want to like because I know that no one likes it, but I can't lie to myself. It's bad. It's so bad. The tuning, the flat instrumental. Heck, I'm very familiar with every single Project Diva song since I'm no life, but when the Future Tone playlist autoplayed to this song, I didn't even recognize it until Rin started singing. That's how much I'm trying to forget this song exists. It isn't as bad as the others because at least if the tuning and the flatness were fixed, I would actually consider it a pretty decent C-tier song, but it isn't. So here it is to finalize the F-tier. Unfortunately for those of you that like this song, I don't really have a valid reason to dislike this song. The tuning is great, the sections of the song are great, instrumentals are great, and I completely understand why people would like this song. But for some reason, I've never liked this song. It definitely could be because the chart is not in swing time for whatever reason, but even discarding that, it still does not tickle my fancy. Why did I put that in there? I think it's just because I don't like this genre of music. I don't know, but I don't like it. I would put it in F tier, but I don't really have any reasons to hate it, so I put it here. I'm sure everyone has had the, wait, this song was in English the whole time revelation with this song. You would think that as the first English-speaking Vocaloid, they would want to showcase that her English was actually good. Not relevant to my opinion, but I thought it was funny. The song is not good. The chorus is pretty good, it's pretty with the exception of when Luca sings high, but there just isn't any flow to the rest of the song. Even the choruses change the rhythm each time, which I think is very weird. I have to say though, that the section that is in Japanese is actually really, really good, ironically enough. So as I'm writing the script, I'm noticing I'm saying that most of these songs are pretty bland, and this song is no exception. I guess I just don't really like this kind of rock music. There isn't anything that makes me get out of my seat and say, yes, I want to listen to Betty the Liar today. The tuning is a bit strange at times, and I think this triplet section is a little strange when in addition to the rest of the song. If I have to say something positive, though, the edit PV definitely looks like a lot of time was put into it. I love meme songs.
Girls, girls, listen to dad.
Don't make him mad.
Don't make me sad.
Just not this one. It's cute, like Taco Luca's voice definitely is very memorable, but yeah, it's just annoying. I genuinely have nothing else to say about this song other than the fact that it's annoying. I think this is possibly the most forgettable song in the game. I have heard a whopping total of 0 people talk about this song ever since the day I first got Future Tone. It isn't bad by any means, but it definitely is not worthy of being any higher than this. I think some aspects of the song are really powerful and nice, like that one section where instead of ending the chorus, they do the that part is always nice to listen to again. I feel like if a different Vocaloid, or even just a different version of Miku was used, it would be much better. This song is not good. Obviously, the tuning is garbage, but the song itself is also kinda all over the place, just like my description of the song is going to be. It isn't catchy to me because the notes are all over the place. Some notes randomly jump to a higher note, and then some stay low, and it doesn't sound good, unlike something like the Intense Voice. And in case you couldn't have guessed by now, it's very generic. Very generic, and nothing that I would go out of my way to listen to. This is another song that I really want to like. In fact, I wanted to like it so much that I always claimed this was my favorite of the 10 new DLC songs. Unfortunately, I was lying to myself because I cannot listen to this song more than once. Again, I think it's just that this genre is very popular in modern Vocaloid, which is wonderful, but this genre is just not for me. I also can't really recognize the fact that it's a Meiko and Miku duet. You can hear hints of them, definitely, but I probably would not be able to tell you that it was a Meiko-Miku duet if you never told me that it was. Yeah, I've never liked this song. Similar to Bring It On, I hate it a lot less now, but it still is not something I'd want to listen to, which is unfortunate because I'd argue that this is one of the best charts in the game. It's high-pitched and it's rock, which is not my favorite combination, and it's also very long. The guitar is nothing special and has been seen in much better songs. For positives, I really like the meow when you get the chance time because it's very fitting, and I always have a soft spot for any song that was in F2nd, but yeah, overall I think this song is just not for me. I never used to think that tuning was important until I made this list. That definitely applies to this song. It's fine, I guess. I like the feel of Meiko at a club singing her heart out, but yeah, I don't know. I think it also has its own atmosphere, and I definitely would not call this one generic, but the way Meiko kind of has a reverb, kind of like Kaido in a sense, it's very strange. But the chorus? Oh my goodness, the chorus is so awful, and it sounds like Meiko is straining every single vocal cord that she has. There's no reason that Meiko of all Vocaloids needs to sing that high. Honestly, I really like the instrumentation and vibe of this song. You'll soon see that I'm a really big fan of pretty and elegant sounding songs, and this one is somewhat in that ballpark. Unfortunately for this one, it's very boring. Like popular YouTuber Satchbo said, this song is just so nothing. It feels so empty and cold. It's kind of what Purgatory feels like. The tuning is not good and it's generic. That's it. I don't want to keep beating the dead horse. Boring and generic, but it also is not interesting. The chorus is catchy, but everything else about this is just very empty. The tuning doesn't really fit. It's not bad, but it definitely does not fit how strong and powerful the background instruments are. Len's tuning is not good. I'd say that that's the only issue, but like with how much solo time Len gets in this song with just his voice, it's incredibly distracting and obvious when there's slight hiccups in the tuning. Otherwise, it's a very pretty song, and honestly, I'm glad that it exists. But considering it's so low on the list, the tuning really destroys this song for me. This one surprised me as to how low I put it. I thought I liked it when I was younger and when I used to play it in the game, but after just listening to this song recently, it is not nearly as good as I remember. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't consider this a bad song, but I don't know, there's something about this song that sounds bland. It's not generic, but similar to Greenlight Serenade, it keeps one dynamic throughout the entire song, and in my opinion, it's not a good one. The constant hardcore guitar gets a little old after a while. For the positives, I really like the PV, and when some parts of the song hit, they hit hard, like the beginning of some of the choruses. To all my Leia lovers, I regret to inform you that while I don't think this song is a generic rock song like many of the others, I wouldn't want to listen to this specific song compared to many of the others. The beginning is unique, the chorus is unique, and the verses are nice, and I really love that one section where it's just Luca singing. But overall, I don't see anything special about this song. High-pitched tuning in this song does not work for me. The song itself is fine, and I really like the parts where she sings a verse and the vocals in the back repeat it. It's very structured, and I can understand why people would like this one, but the tuning is just a little too much at some points, especially the chorus. If it were tuned a little better, I might actually add it to my playlist, but for now, D tier is where it lives. On re-listen, I actually like this song much more than I used to. I can appreciate the musicality more of this song since earlier on I was just focused on gameplay, since, in my opinion, and in this game, it's one of the most difficult 10 stars, only because of that stupid spam in the middle. My skill is not with stamina or speed or stuff like that. I'm a technical... Anyway, regardless, I would not say that it's anywhere close to something I'd want to put on my playlist. While I really like the guitar in the speed up section and the overall video game-like sound to this song, it does get very messy at many points, and it's difficult for me to see it as one cohesive song. This goes for most polyphonic branch songs in my opinion, but like that one whistle song, I don't remember the name. It's not bad, but I think it's a bit too all over the place for my liking. Holy Star! That's the only good part. The rest is kind of generic. That's it. I actually was gonna put this song in F tier because it was so boring and like actually empty, but once the song picks up in the chorus, it's actually kind of a bop. The guitar is incredible and the vibe near the end is really sad but touching. Doesn't make it a good song though, unfortunately, because that doesn't come until the very end. The entire beginning is literally so empty it feels scary. Possibly the barest song in the game. Definitely one of the biggest, if not the biggest, drops of a song for me. I used to love this song. It was on my playlist and it was never a skip. But after listening to it, after all these years, and after all the new Vocaloid songs that came out, I've discovered it's okay. The very beginning and the end are very pretty, but the middle is a little too jumbled and not in a good way, like some of the other songs I'll talk about higher up. If you hear a change in the audio quality, it's because I had to go outside. But anyway, guess what this song is? It's generic and it's bland, which is crazy considering the concept of this song. But anyway, the ending is pretty epic, and the part where they touch hands and like do the high five at the PV in the end is really cool. But yeah, other than that, I'm honestly kind of sad that this song is so low because it's the only Kaido and Len duet. So, but yeah, it's here. It puzzles me that I can't put together the pieces of why I don't like this song as much as everyone else. I love the vibe, and especially the vibe in the PV, where it's just a singer singing her heart out on the street corner, but like, I don't know, this one is another one where I don't really have a valid reason to not like it. It's just the vibe that I get when I listen to the song. Are you surprised that this song is as high as it is? Like everyone else, I was on the bandwagon of saying that this song is not good, and that is still kind of true, but after re-listen, I'm like, this song is not as terrible as I remember. It's not good enough to be on my playlist, but I wouldn't mind listening to it a couple of times. The tuning is very silly, but honestly, that's what I think makes it good and gives it a unique touch. Like, what other song sounds like this one? I am honestly glad I don't hate it as much as I used to, and honestly I might add it to my playlist after I'm done with this video based purely on the fact that it would be funny. But yeah, I mean, it's Painderia, however you pronounce it. This chart sucks. I mean, the song is okay. It sounds like you're going through a jungle, which is wonderful. The chorus is good, but the verses are not. I don't like the changing rhythm and the way the singing doesn't really complement the instrumental. I like that one section in the middle that Luca sings. It's very satisfying to listen to and play, but apart from that, it's just very generic and I don't really care. It's generic and it's bland. Next. Like I said previously, I don't really like Omoi's tuning, and that applies to this song as well. While it is much better than Greenlight Serenade, I just cannot fathom how people can listen to this more than once because it's so in your face. Like, if a different Vocaloid sang it, or if it were pitched down, I would like it a lot more. Nothing is really a standout for this song, but it's also not bad enough to be any lower than this position. This song sounds cool for like the first minute, and then it gets pretty old pretty fast. Yeah, I don't know, this song sounds like it would be super epic and awesome, kind of similar to Eraser Zero, but I never hear anyone talking about it, including myself. Not at all to say that it's a bad song. I feel like if it were a bit shorter and had a bit more dynamics and changes in the song, it would honestly be as high as B tier. But since it doesn't have any of that, this is where it is. Bland. Oops. Bland and generic. If we were talking about the Grace edition, it would be an easy at least B tier. However, since we're not, D tier is where it belongs. The song is not bad, especially for a Kaito song, and especially with Kaito's tuning, and it's a classic. You have to love the classics, that's a rule. And it's a pretty unique premise in terms of Project Diva, so I give it major props for that. But guess what? It's generic and bland! There are parts where Kaito's tuning is just so awful that it's funny, excuse that screaming child. And the song overall is a little boring. Nevertheless, it's not awful, and that's wonderful. Oh! It's generic and it's bland. Although I do like the fact that this song is 3 minutes and 39 seconds long. It's pretty cool. The Giga P mix is much better. This song is super unique for a Project Diva song. Like, I know I've said that there's many rock songs before, but this one mixes in a really elegant piano, so instead of being pure rock, it's like elegant rock, and that's pretty cool. However, it still is a rock song, and it's still not something that I'm that into. I'm sorry for those of you that like this one. I don't really understand the appeal of this song, or how it got so popular. I'm actually very curious to hear the reasoning as to why people like this one. It's not terrible by any means, but what separates it from being just another Vocaloid song? Because that's how I see it personally. It doesn't really do anything differently, and it's not exciting or interesting. It sounds fine, the tuning is fine, even if it is high-pitched, but I literally don't have much to say about it. I feel the exact same way about this one that I do with Alien, but I understand much more of why people like this one in comparison. Again, I don't like this style of song, but I can see why people would be interested in this one in particular. And that's a great way to round out the D tier. Hee We are starting off the C tier with one of the most innocent songs, Innocence. This song sadly was a really big fall from grace. I used to love it, and I still do, but on my re-listen I definitely changed my mind about it being in my top 30. It's totally okay, and I really love it. Hold on. It's totally okay, and I really love songs that... It's totally okay, and I really love songs that have a classic or basic sort of feel to it. But with the competition it has, it just unfortunately falls a little flat. From here on up though, I would consider putting all of these on my playlist and feel pretty okay about them. So instead of me having a little mopey attitude, I'm going to be a lot more positive because a lot of these songs are a lot better. So yeah, here we go. You would think that more songs that sound like this one would be more common since, in my opinion, a lot of classic Vocaloid songs sound like this one. The instrumentation and the way Miku's voice fits in with the sounds is really pleasant. I don't have a lot to say about this one, and honestly, I think that's the only reason why I ranked it so low. It's a classic. The song itself is okay, but the fact that this is a cornerstone of Vocaloid history is the reason this song is as high as it is. I think every person that exists right now has heard of this song in one way or another. It's catchy, unique, fun, and I love the history of it being based on a folklore song. Without the rose-tinted glasses though, yeah, it's nothing exceptional. I hear it once and I like it, but if I have to hear it more than once, it kind of loses its touch for me. Not generic, but not unique enough for it to be a standout on my playlist. This song is probably the least dynamic song in the game from what I remember as of right now. Literally, it's the same instrumental the entire time. The synths have the same volume and they never go away until that one tiny section before the final chorus, resulting in it being so very boring. With that said, man, this song is a great classic. Like, sure, it's boring and I'm not going to listen to it more than once, but when I do listen to it, it's very pretty. I love the atmosphere the song provides, and again, it's a classic, so you have to like it. This is another song that I really want to like, but can't put any higher than this spot. The tuning, the instrumental, the dynamics, the impending doom start, it's all the perfect formula to be a really good song. But for me, no. I guess Kaido as an overall Vocaloid is not my favorite, and I was really holding out hope that this would be the song to change that for me, but it didn't. I am glad that Kaido has a decent song though, especially tuning-wise, because I don't think any other song has quite the quality of tuning as this one does. I wanted to use the F2 version of this PV because I think her expressions make it a lot better. And yeah, I mean, it's Rio. You can't go wrong with Rio, but when you hear Rio, or let me say when I hear Rio, I think Default, which describes this song to a T. This being the choice for the second Project Diva game was definitely a choice, but hey, at least it has a really good movie, both in the opening and in the PV. Yeah, no super strong feelings about this one. It's generic and bland, but not generic or bland enough to be an F or D tier because it's kind of a bop, and also the fact that the 10 star is super fun. I know it's not chart based, but still. Also, this song is based on a tongue twister, in case you didn't know that, which is pretty interesting and also boosts it a lot. I love the unique songs, in case you couldn't tell, and this one certainly is unique. The vibe is clear, and the atmosphere that the PV shows is a perfect representation of how I feel when listening to this song. I like the part when Rin becomes high-pitched because of the vibrato, sounds a little goofy, but like in a good way. I also like the instruments. The beginning sounds super nice. For some reason, they changed the version in the new Megamix game, which in my opinion is worse than the original one here, but it's not that big of a difference, and I guess it wouldn't really change the position for it for me. I am Deco27's biggest hater because of reasons. But I am so glad that the Deco27 songs that they chose to put in the game are really good, except for this one. It's not bad, it's C tier after all, but like when I think of Deco27, this definitely is not a song that comes to my mind personally, which is funny because it's one of his most popular songs. I can tell that this song was just before the turning point of monotonous Deco27 songs because of the tuning, where there's a little punch to each syllable. The tuning isn't as bad as his most recent songs, but I can definitely tell that it's significantly different from other songs on this list. I know I've been kind of bashing it, but it's a pretty good song overall, and I am glad that it's in the game. I'm kinda sad I don't like this song more than I do, cause this is the kind of song that I really like. a powerful yet emotional song with a snow or Christmas-like feel to it. That's very specific, I know, but I just like that vibe. The song, though, it's fine, but it just misses the mark on being great. It could be because of the tuning, since the beginning and ending are kind of awkward, but yeah, I don't know, I just don't vibe with this song in comparison to so many of the other songs that sound like this one. Listen, to all you Stay With Me haters out there, I just will never understand it. I know that people like to bash on the fact that Meiko sounds like a siren in this song when she sings the "Stay With Me" part, but I don't think it's that bad. It's strange because they'll bash on this one, but then go to enjoy songs like Teo, which I think are significantly more ear-piercing. All this to say, I don't like her tuning for this song. It's not as bad for me as people make it out to seem, but it definitely is not good, and is definitely the reason I don't like it that much. Because the instrumentation is superb. Like I said before, I love the Christmas vibe, and this one captures that perfectly. But Meiko's voice really does ruin it. Put Luca in it, and I would love it even more. I promise I didn't put these two here purposely because it's the same Me song. This is the better of the Me series. This one is just so epic and awesome, and it sounds really nice. The only reason it's this low is because some parts of the song are awkward and the tuning is not the best to me. But overall, I find this song fairly pleasant, and even though it's a 7.5, I really enjoy playing it too. I'm also very surprised that this is one of Meiko's first songs, cause honestly, it kinda seems like it could have been made somewhat recently. Did you know that for whatever reason, the version of this song in Future Tone put the vocals slightly ahead of the instrumental? They did the same thing for Brain Revolution Girl and X, and most people wouldn't really care or not consider it a big deal, but for me, it honestly makes or breaks the song. Okay, not makes or breaks, but it definitely is very noticeable to me. Anyway, this song is alright. The section where there's an echo to her voice and the entirety of the ending is super powerful, but yeah, that's kinda it. The rest of the song and the chorus is okay, but nothing special. Another milestone for the Vocaloid community. This song is a song that every Vocaloid fan knows. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the songs where Miku sings at non-human rates, and unfortunately for those of you that are Disappearance stans, that holds true for this song. It's not that I don't like it, but I don't really know what to enjoy about it. When I listen to it, I obviously don't know what she's saying, so I can't really focus on the vocals, but the instrumental is also kind of mid. Sadly, the Project Diva the Project Diva version removes the sections that would cause me to put this song a little higher, like the very beginning and the one part where she's like, okay, next. If this were 2018, this song would be in the spot that Far Away was. I hated this song and would actively avoid it in every scenario. I was debating on not even getting the DLC for F because of that reason. It was so incredibly auto-tuned, and that in itself was so distracting. But, as you can see, considering it's in C tier, I kinda like it now. It's not great, but I definitely understand the appeal, and it is a pretty impactful song. Not only because of its cultural impact, but because of how it sounds. The slow and calm build into the chorus, and then you hear that it's just great. But yeah, the tuning is just not good even for a KZ song, and I usually like that kind of tuning by KZ, but for this song, yeah, it's not the best. Just like the length of this song, my description of why it's here will be short. It's classic, it's cute, but it's kind of generic.
I used to really like this song. I always catch myself singing Black Rock Shooter because it's pretty catchy. It's very heartfelt and the dynamics are super impactful, especially just before the final chorus. And yeah, I don't really have anything super negative to say about this song. It's pretty good. I guess for the sake of critiquing, I'd say it kind of feels generic, but it still feels unique, so I don't know why I would say that. I cannot explain it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Next. You know, I've been complaining about generic this and boring that and basic this and unique whatever, but this song, wow. I almost want to put it higher purely based on the fact that this song is so unique. Speaking of which, I say that from this point up are the songs that I really have some good things to say about. And for this one, it's just so unique and creepy and eerie, and it all comes together very well. I can't put it any higher than this because it's Kaido, and I'm just kidding, but it's also very, very repetitive and kind of long, but nevertheless, it's definitely one of Kaido's best. I think this is the very first good rock song I'm talking about. The tuning of this song is much better than To the End of Infinity, and there are a lot more memorable aspects about this song, like that and the guitar part in the middle where her voice goes all gritty. The feel of the overall song is also really nice. The location of the PV is a perfect representation. I don't have a lot to say negatively about this one, just the fact that it's rock is not my favorite genre overall. I'm really surprised I placed this one as low as I did. I typically really like songs that are as elegant as this one. Not to say that this is a bad song, of course. The afterglow feel this song gives is evident in the way that the strings, the drums, and the violins all come together. Realistically, an unknown force called the Vibe Police is just whispering in my ear and telling me to put it this low, even though I really want to put it higher. This one is the complete opposite of Break It Break It. I usually hate songs that sound like this because, again, I am a Vocaloid boomer. But if I had to describe this song in one word, it would be clean. Every phrase, not lyric, looking at you, Amoy, has a strong punch to it, but like in a way that isn't distracting or cluttery. That goes for the whole song. Usually songs like this, like Bring It On, are consistently loud and messy and have a whole lot of stuff going on in the background. But this one knows how to separate those areas in a way that really makes me like it. The reason it's this low is just because I don't like this genre of music generally, but I really do appreciate this song. Alright, yes, we know the chart is not good and possibly the worst one in the game, but besides that fact, this song is kind of a bop. I really like the traditional Japanese mixed in with like the modern dance music, I guess, and it sounds nice. I used to like this song a lot more when it first came out because the visuals are really nice and Kaido is tuned very well, but yeah, after some time this song is just kinda good. Okay, I know I say this a lot, but it applies most to this song. I really wish I liked this song more. Like, listen to the beginning. The instrumental, it's incredible. The space jazz vibe is immaculate, and the way that Rin and Len are tuned really fit the vibe in my opinion. I think what holds it back for me though, unfortunately, are a couple of reasons. One, the verses are very flat because the same note is played throughout the entirety of it. Second, there's not really any build-up anywhere in the song that's noticeable. Sure, there's one at the end, but the strings are so fast and loud that it doesn't really feel like one to me. Third, yeah, it's repetitive. It's kind of the first point I made, but yeah. I really do like this song, though. Some songs are hard to talk about, this song being one. I don't really know how I feel about this song. Obviously it's good because it's in mid-C tier, but I can't really explain why I like it. The piano is okay, the tuning is different, the drums are cool, the bridge, chorus, and verses are all pretty alluring, but like, that's it. I guess you could say that this is the most average Vocaloid song in a Now this is a great sounding song. It's really catchy and I love how passionate the instruments sound in this song. The slow sections are not my favorite because it sounds just a bit off and a little repetitive, but the overall song is pretty good. It is kind of messy though, and I wish it were a bit more cohesive. Similar to Ah Yes, I can't really explain this one. I do really like the vibe of this song though. The PV showcases that very well. I love the intro of this song and just this song in general. Even though I forget it exists most of the time, when I do remember it exists, I'm like, oh yeah, this song is pretty good. It's like party time and I want to... The bridge of this song is very, very odd though. Like, it's good, but it's so different from the rest of the song and not in like the typical bridge way in my opinion. But overall, it's really good. I think this is possibly the most popular Rin song, and it's pretty good. I love the piano in this song, and how dramatic it sounds. But yeah, that's it. Next. Now this is a classic. Sounds like a classic, looks like a classic, feels like a classic, tastes like a classic. It's so good. And obviously, since it's a classic, it's gonna be kind of bare bones, so there isn't much substance that I can actually accurately assign it with. But regardless, it's still such a classic song and you cannot dislike the classics. This song is really, really pretty. I love the winter feel for this song. Right off the bat, it explodes with a magic-like feel and really suits its name. I love Noboro P, even if this is one of my least favorites by him. Or her. I really love the tuning. It suits the music very well. The only thing I'm not the biggest fan of is the fact that, while it does suit the music well, the tuning isn't as powerful as I feel like it should be. Especially going into the final chorus where the key changes. It's the little with the really powerful background noises. It's nowhere near as powerful as it should be going into that final chorus. That brings it down, but it's still pretty good overall. A song where repetitiveness is actually a really good thing and sets how epic and impactful the final product becomes. Akatsuki Arrival is nice. Meiko's voice is mid, the guitar is good, and the overall vibe is good. I've never felt more at home from a song before until I listened to this song. I know that that's gonna sound kind of weird to say, but this song feels so comfortable to listen to. It's like you can go to all these different places and go in many different directions, but you can always find your way back home. And when the chorus begins, straight until the chorus ends, that's what it feels like. The verses, or more specifically the one verse in the beginning and the one at the end, are also really pretty and are great introductions and conclusions to the song. Why is it so low then? The tuning is garbage. It's so unfortunate because I really want to put the song onto my playlist, but I just can't listen to her voice in the chorus. It's so off-key. It sounds much better in the Miku Symphony version, but I don't like those instrumentals. They should do what they did with LOL and put the tuning of the symphony version with the instrumental of the original. Now, for those of you that are going to get upset because I put this one so high when I said that songs like Puzzle are so low for being generic, hear me out. Puzzle, as okay of a song as it is, doesn't really sound super unique in the same sense that this one does. I can't think of any song in Project Diva that sounds nearly the same as Song of Life, with its super simple premise into like a grand climax with the rich violins, the timpanis, and a powerful ending. Like, it's gorgeous. It's basic, sure, but it's so different and beautiful that I can't put it anywhere else but here. Catchy and surprisingly good repetition, even though the entire song is literally repetition. Kimi ni makes me... Alright, we're done. So bright, so sweet. That's how I describe this song. But yeah, it is a bop. I hate the chart though. It's so incredibly fast and hard to read, and I think it's unfortunate because the song's rhythm is constantly changing and having random on and offs. But yeah, not much else to say about this one. It's good. The name really suits this song. It's so fluent and the harmonies are so experimental that they're really beautiful. The rhythm near the beginning is a little strange, and the reason makes me not want to like this song as much, but the instrumentals are incredible and the experimentation with putting it in the rest of the song makes me like it, and it sounds really beautiful. If I remember correctly, I believe this is one of my favorite Kaido songs. His voice is really pretty, and to my surprise, there aren't many songs that sound like this one. It's ghostly and elegant. It does kind of feel empty at some points though. Okay, most points, but it's kind of like a good kind of empty. Like when you're lucid dreaming, I guess. The tuning of the song is not good. It feels flat in comparison to the song. Let me get that out of the way before I start to compliment it, because that's my only complaint. This is such a classic sounding song, something you'd hear in Disney Channel original show like Teen Beach Movie. The story is captivating and the chorus is changed, but not too much where it feels inconsistent. I have to be completely honest with this one. The only reason this one is so high is because of the ending. If the ending didn't exist, I would probably put this one mid-D tier. The beginning is fine, nothing special, the drums are fun, and the little noises are pretty, but the singing puts me to sleep, sadly. I like the random English phrases like "please distinguish me" and "I will be Eraser's mind," which, like, who is Eraser and how are you gonna be their mind? That was... The ending though, when Luca begins to sing those notes into the chorus, and then the slap, and then the oh man, that part is so good. It's gorgeous, the PV fits, everything about it is perfect. Luca singing high too, and it sounds good. It's gorgeous. I'm including the arcade songs. I know it isn't Future Tone, but it's literally just 2 additional songs. It's fine. In all honesty, due to that reason, I have not listened to the song all that much. I've listened to the full thing maybe like 3 times through, excluding when I re-listened for the first for this list, and it's pretty good. I wasn't really expecting to put it this high, but yeah, it's a pretty good song. I love the raspiness when Miku sings low, and the synths really complement that. It makes it so mysterious, and it gets me excited. The harmonies in this song are so thrilling. So much so that it's kinda difficult to listen to. Like, when I'm going on a walk and this song comes up, the harmonies pierce through my headphones and it's the only thing I can hear. Kinda good, but kinda bad in that sense. That's mainly why it's in C tier. The overall song is very dramatic, obviously, and I love that. It's so dark and creepy, but hype. That mix is just so great. What I like about World Is Mine is the fact that it's a very dynamic song, I'd say. The bridge of the song, where she starts listing off all her favorite sweets, is really different from the rest of the song, but it still really fits in with the overall feel of the song, which is always great. I also have to put this song decently high just for the simple fact that this was the most viewed Vocaloid song for quite a while, until I believe Sand Planet came along. I don't know what it is now. But yeah. This is the better version of Look This Way Baby, and honestly, I'm glad that this song is as popular as it is. A great way to round off the C tier. Before I go B tier, I just want to say that B tier songs are the songs that I have the least to talk about. They're all great, most are unique, and yeah. I'm saying this now because I'm going to be repeating myself a lot, and also some descriptions are going to be very short and very similar. Also because I'm running out of things to say because this list is so long. Alrighty, let's go!
Big 3, nigga, it's just big me, nigga, bum!
I think that this is a great way to start off the B tier because it started off as one of the Project Diva Future Tone openings. I don't remember where exactly though. I want to start off with a negative since going forward I'll have a lot more positives to say about these songs. First, I don't really care too much about the section after the chorus is over. I feel like it loses momentum, but not in a way that builds up to something bigger, just kind of loses momentum in general. It's also kind of forgettable, even though the PV is really good. Yeah, but now for the positives, you don't hear a lot of raspy Miku when you play Project Diva, so the fact alone that she has that is enough for me to put it pretty high. But it really works with this song. The chorus is definitely the best part of the song though. The verses are fine, but the chorus is so gorgeous with the heavy rock vocals combined with the instrumental. I don't know, the vibes are just there. The way Luca is tuned in this song and how she sounds like a literal robot is very nice. It's funny that this song made it into Project Diva, but I'm not complaining because it's a good song. Yeah, it's nice. Out of all the Lumo songs, it's kind of unfortunate that this is the one that had to be added to the game. I think songs like Outernet Explorer, Particle Party, or Little Bit Adult Hit would be much more fitting and still showcases Lumo's full potential. With that said though, I really like Denpa. It sucks because since Lumo has so many better alternatives, it makes me look at the song less, but when I do listen to it, I really enjoy it. Lumo songs have this very distinct order and chaos kind of aspect to them, and I think this song showcases that perfectly. The speed is insane and the vocals are all over the place, but in my opinion, it never sounds messy. I also like the concept that this song has no meaning and it's just a bunch of lyrics that sound nice together. When I first heard what this song was about and heard that there was a love triangle, I assumed that Kaido liked Luka, Luka liked Miku, and Miku liked Kaido, because it was a love triangle. Upon further research about what a love triangle is, I realized that this song was about Miku and Luka liking Kaido, but Kaido likes Luka. If that's the case, then it isn't a love triangle, and they need to change the definition of a love triangle. They're describing like a love arrow or something like that. It genuinely makes no sense to me. Anyway, this song is pretty good and dramatic, and I like it. One of the most default Vocaloid songs, this song is pretty good. I think it was a really good choice for an opening for F2nd because it screams opening song other than glory music. It's such a happy and hype song, and even though it's kind of repetitive, the song feels very fulfilling. It doesn't feel like there are any wasted spaces, but still has enough dynamics in it to not sound the exact same throughout the entire song. If I liked retro anime intros more, this song would definitely be in my top 10. But I don't. Regardless, this song is really pretty. It's kind of boring, to be honest, which is why it isn't higher. It's a slow start and takes a while to get to the chorus, but when it does get there, it's so nice. I don't have much to say about this one. The tuning in this song is incredible. The tuning alone is an S tier. It's so hauntingly beautiful and it's so satisfying to listen to. It's precise and crisp and fits the song so perfectly. I wish there was something more added to the verses though, because when it's just Len and the guitar, Len's voice kinda overpowers everything. It kinda fits, but they could have maybe toned it back a little or did something differently, because I think that would have made the verses feel a little less imbalanced. Other than the verses, this song is so pretty in a scary way. You like jazz? On the rocks? Yeah, I love jazz songs, and this one is really good. It's very flowy and fluent throughout the entire song. There's no chopping or stopping, which is why I think the section where there's a sudden jarring blare of the trumpets is so impactful. Their tuning is so surprisingly good, especially knowing how difficult it is to tune both Kaido and Meiko. Speaking of, it's one of the only Kaido-Meiko duets. They blend very well together, obviously because they were made for each other. And yeah, it's this low because there are slight hiccups in the tuning, and overall isn't something I'm going to be super hype over, but nevertheless, it's very good. I'm aware that this is going to be incredibly controversial, but yeah, I'm not this song's #1 fan. The story is obviously heart-wrenching, and the parts of the song that are beautiful are really beautiful. Just listen to the part going into the final chorus, or the part where her heart gets inserted into her body. That is so powerful. But I think this song suffers sadly from being really old. If it were made a couple of years later, I think the vocals of Rin would suit the song more. I feel like at some parts of the song, Rin sounds a bit off, and the ending is such a drag. I don't need that long of an ending when it's on my playlist. I usually just skip it. Yay! Now that the bad Deco 27 songs are done, I can talk about the rest, which are good. I was a bit hesitant to like this song because I'm a boomer, and I did not like it for a while, but I was just lying to myself. This song is really good. There's plenty of dynamics, the bridge, choruses, and verses are all really coherent, and it overall sounds very nice. Especially the part right before the chorus. Those are my favorite parts. I guess I wish the song were a bit shorter, and I guess I'm not the biggest fan of the multiple key changes in the end, but nothing to make me actively dislike the song. I really wanted to put this song higher, but then I realized that this version is not the X version, because the X version, that is the good stuff. This one is good too, but sadly I can't put it any higher than here. It's kind of boring and repetitive, but when I think of classic, I think of this song. It's one of the most classic sounding songs, period, let alone Vocaloid songs. There are also a lot of parts in this song where Miku sounds so charming, like when she says, "Beautiful new day," oh! But it sounds like that throughout the entire song, so I guess the entire song is charming. The la la la's at the end are also really nice. Gizmo is definitely one of the best edit PVs. They really used every single effect that was in the library, and it's really good. Just repeat what I said about So Much Loving You for this one, because it's the same description, but this one is better. The only critique, which is a big critique because it affects my liking of this song, is that it's very repetitive. Like, very repetitive. I can't keep it on my playlist because every single verse and chorus repeats itself so consistently that it's kind of distracting and makes me not want to listen to it. With that out of the way, this song is so beautiful and I love everything about it. The usage of Len and Rin, the fact that it's a Dixie flatline song, the uniqueness, the rap, the harmonies, everything. It all comes together in such a beautiful product, and I really wish I could put it higher on my list. The choice of tuning for this song was always really interesting to me. Like, it's very light, and so is the instrumental, but for some reason, the vocals really stand out. Maybe it's because I'm expecting them to be really powerful, such as the parts going into the chorus, but then it's just a light voice. It's not to say that it's bad, because it isn't. I think that concept is really unique for a Vocaloid song, and it works particularly well with this song because it's such an uplifting one, but not in the same way as something like Odds and Ends, which is super powerful, and that's cool too. So I'm going to speedrun the next about, because I don't have much of a description for why I put these here, and even if I did have descriptions, it would just be the monotonous of me saying, they're good, but I don't know why. Catch the Wave, Kimi wo. I don't have much to say about this one, which is funny because this song has a lot of stuff in it. It's good. Now this is a bop. The only reason it's this low is because its competition is just that good. A classic. I prefer the Len version. Good song. A classic. It's really pretty in the end, and I don't really care about the triplet part or anything in between the first 16th speed section and after the second verse. I don't listen to it often and I forget it exists, but when I do remember, I love the atmosphere. Love the vibe. Classic and is really pretty. The harmonies and the instrumentals go hand in hand. A gorgeous song. I don't understand the hate for this one, regardless of the fact that it's slow, because it's one of the prettiest Vocaloid songs ever, especially the full version, and the Saccharine edit is so funny. I love the adventurous spirit of this song, and I don't know why I don't like it more than I do. This is the good version of Envy Catwalk. This song is very chaotic and not neat, but somehow it works. I love Makoto P, so naturally I like this song. I cannot explain why I like this song, and I challenge others to explain why they do like this song. I don't listen to it often, but it's really good. I feel like the instruments could be stronger and there's something missing, but overall really good. I love the story and I prefer Len's version, but both are good, and I love the pop song feel to this one. It's also very dramatic, which I always love. I actually have no idea why I am not the biggest fan of this song. In fact, I always used to say that I hated this song, but it's good. I guess for a 40MP, it's just feels a little bit lazy. Unique for a Project Diva song and a Vocaloid song in general, and yeah. The story is incredible, and most Luca songs tend to be very relatable, so it's a given that this song is good. Kinda empty compared to a lot of the other similar Luca sounding songs, but nevertheless very touching, and I love the PV. This song is so pretty, and the dynamics are most shown in this one. I actually can't talk about this one because it's a secret. This is like if Jaded was a good song. There's an empty feel, but in a good way, because that's the point of this song. And it isn't like literally empty like Jaded. It's filled with some pretty cool drums, but regardless, the way Miku sings in the song is just great. Quirky, unique, and silly, and goofy, and funny, and wacky, and buzzonic. Her voice is very funny, and this song is very funny and goofy and silly. My critique of this song is the very slow start when Miku starts singing. I don't really care about that part, but the rest of the song, especially the guitar parts, so beautiful. This is one of the happiest Vocaloid songs out there. A bop, and I love happy Vocaloid songs. The song is okay, but the fact that it's so happy makes me happy. Otetsu really knows how to capture Luca in such an enthralling light. Like, this song is so groovy and Luca's voice is just perfect for it. Sadly, Diva likes to cut a lot of Otetsu's songs, and unfortunately they cut out a lot of this song. I'm really glad that I took the time to re-listen to all of these Future Tone songs because it allowed me to revisit some that I haven't touched in years. I completely forgot that this song existed, and I completely forgot that this song wasn't in my script until I finished descriptions for the S tier. Regardless, after revisiting this song, I really enjoy it. What unfortunately holds this song back is the simple fact that I forget it exists and nothing about it stands out, which is unfortunate because the premise is super unique and epic. With that said, it's still a really good song. The casino vibe is immaculate and Luca's voice really fits in this style of song. It's dramatic, and the end when the coins come out is so good. I don't think there's a single person on planet Earth that would say they don't like this song, because how could you? A yodeling Miku song. And it's super happy and super uplifting. You would have to be a psychopath to not find any enjoyment out of this song at all. Hype! Get hype! I was expecting this one to be in my top 30, but as you can see, that is not the case. Unfortunately, the tuning is really scratchy. Like, literally, it wasn't rendered very well, I guess, because at some parts it's so noticeable. But it's a great song overall. I love the story, and yeah. I didn't really like this song. It was very monotonous, but now I think it's good. Definitely my biggest critique is that Len's soft voice sounds a little out of place. Like, if it were either more soft to make it more mysterious or more powerful to make it more dramatic, I would like it a lot more. I have to be completely honest. I know I said I can't put songs based on their charts, but I had to do it with this one. My one excuse, because it's my favorite chart in the entire game, come on. In all honesty though, for real, I still would put it here even without the chart. I don't love anything about this song or like fine parts that are incredible, but it's consistently a good song and nothing drags, which is why it's here. This is one of the only songs I changed after I already ranked all of these songs. It originally was an A, but after re-listening to it again, it kinda gets old. Nevertheless, I love the hip-hop sound because we don't get too many of those. Super good, and I love the glitches. I'm really surprised I like this song, because I usually hate songs like this. But no, I actually really like this one, and I genuinely can't explain why. Now choose, more like now I choose to put this one here now because it's so creepy and it's one of the only horror-themed Project Diva songs. The tuning is so strange and I love it. There is one thing about this song that I do not like, and I think that thing is how long it is. I think the song is pretty, but like, do we need that whole intro that repeats itself 100 times? It isn't that good of a riff, so why are we doing that? But the rest of the song is great. It's interesting just how influential a story can be to the likeliness of a song. The story for the song is really heartfelt, and although I don't understand it to its full extent, because I don't really care much for this one, it really is nice knowing that it's a fox trying to rekindle with her mom. Very sad, but very happy, and the music ties into it so well. I have more to say, but I want to keep this video short. This is another song I want to like more than I do because I love elegant songs. And while it is a unique song, I don't have anything unique to say about it other than the little things at the ends of the verses. Those are pretty nice. This chart is so silly. I highly doubt anyone has perfected this on their first try. Anyway, this melody makes me happy. I like it more than Saturation because of everything except the chorus, as I prefer the chorus of Saturation. Muy dynamic. Although I know this song is old, I am surprised I like this song as much as I do. It just feels so random for it to be in Diva. Like, it fits, but it's just so old, and I believe it's only relatively old DLC song to be added other than Alien Alien. This is important to me because I am a boomer. But funnily enough, I've never listened to this song until it got added into Diva, and I really like it. Super happy and fun and silly. There's genuinely nothing that you should like about this song. The tuning is odd, the instrumentals are repetitive and old, like literally. The genre isn't super well liked in general, and it's Kaido. But for some reason, I've always liked this song. What I said above aren't really flaws, nor are they really true. Those are the things I thought about this song because I don't really like Kaido. But yeah, this song is great. I love the instrumental with the flute-like instrument, I don't know what it is, and the lyre and the medieval feel of this song. It's just so good. It doesn't compare to the Luca version, but we're not talking about the Luca version, and regardless, this one is really good. A classic, and do not look at the lyrics. Flaws? The extreme chart is awful, and I feel like the tuning could be stronger. But there is a very clear reason for this, and that's because the song is old. I'm sure the tuning in early Vocaloid was really difficult to tune and refine, so it's understandable that sometimes the tuning kind of gets swept under the instrumental at times. It doesn't make it a bad song by any means, because there's so many great aspects about this song. The choruses are so catchy, I love jazz, it's great, and the build up to the final chorus, and especially into the I love you, is just also good. Possibly the most repetitive song in the game, but not in a bad way. I love this one. Not much else to say. My script says, party time, time for the party, gotta love Mitchie. This was the only song that I significantly changed as I was placing them in order for this list. It sadly went from A to B, like it's good but definitely not on the same tier as some of the songs I'm going to talk about. With that said, it's really good. Not much to say. While I don't fully comprehend the meaning of this song because I'm dumb, I know that it was something really touching. This one is very good. I've said this before, but it applies most to this song. I used to not like this one, mainly because it's really quiet. There aren't any moments in this song that are big or dramatic or noticeable because it's just a simple song. Even more than something like Jaded or Dear, because at least those songs are naturally heartfelt in the way that they sound. But like, after listening to it, the simplicity is really nice and a great break from what is usually played in Diva. I love the piano parts at the end, it's super satisfying to hear. The tuning is not good, but everything else is very good. Hachi Hachi flower fight not being in future tone is one of the biggest crimes against humanity. I'm pretty sure it's because they couldn't get the rights from the producer. I don't know because I haven't looked into it, but it should be. Replace it with like Die, but then put in a new Luca song. If I had to choose a word for this song, it would be satisfying. The beats are so nice to listen to. Like when the music stops in the chorus right before they go da da da. Oh, it's just so good. As much as I want to put this song into A, there's just sadly too much competition. Regardless, this song is so pretty and so underrated. It's incredible. There isn't much of a flow to the song, especially near the end, but that doesn't matter because the rest is really good. The dynamics in this song change drastically. It starts out as a really pretty Vocaloid song with elegant instruments and then suddenly becomes a really hype and powerful song. I mean, it's not super hype and powerful, but still, it's a bop and it's wonderful and you should always listen to it and add it to your playlist because I'm going to add it to mine. I think the biggest thing that differentiates this song from a majority of the other rock songs is the atmosphere. Like, on paper, it's just another rock song in my eyes, but there's this sort of elegant charm about this one that sounds sort of nostalgic in a way. And there's so many build-ups that are really gorgeous too. Sorry if that sounded very proper, I just felt that way when I listened to this song. I actually don't like this song as much as I used to, but it's still really good. Possibly the edgiest song in the game, it's like super well made, and Rin suits it really well. Now listen, this ranking is not like super serious, okay? Like, I did put a lot of effort into ranking them, but at the end of the day, it's only natural to contradict yourself at some points. With that said, the only reason this song is this high is because of nostalgia and because it's like one of the only Project Diva songs that talks about something as serious as war, which I always find to be taboo. The song itself is fine, like it's very pretty, but the story and the message it projects really makes this song and really makes a great ending for the B rank. Everything here on up is a bop bop bop. Bop to the top! Odds are I have these songs on my best of the best playlist already because they're just that good, but just missed out on being incredible. And Zigzag is a great way to start it off because what I just said about this tier is how I feel about this song. It's so cheery and happy and uplifting and catchy, but like somehow feels sentimental at times and classic, but also is a really good song all mixed into one thing. It's just so great to hear. Only thing that draws this song back is, well, honestly, I don't have any critiques about this song off the top of my head. Its competition just sadly surpasses it. I don't really know a single person that doesn't like this song. There isn't much to criticize about it. The only thing for me that I'm not the biggest fan of is when her voice goes ear-piercingly high. I understand it's because she's passionate, but like, alright. But yeah, there aren't many Project Diva songs that have the same vibe as this one, which is a plus. I was neutral to this song for a while until Groove Coaster came along and allowed me to show off my skills to everyone in round 1, even though it was kind of an easy for a 13 and I relied mainly on muscle memory, but still, that was relevant because it actually made me want to listen to the song more, which, in turn, made me realize it was actually a really good song. The little pow things she has when she sings the part that goes da-na-na-na-dun-da-da-da-da-da-da are super satisfying to hear, and every single instrument blends really nice together with each other. Yeah, I don't know why this one is so high. Let's move on. Beautiful, and I'm surprised some people don't like this one because it's genuinely really pretty. It's so interesting that the human brain can transform things as simple as notes from instruments and put them together to provoke an emotion, because this song is so sad. You can even hear it in her tuning too, and you can see it in the PV, and you can even see it in the literal charting. Yeah, it's really good. My friend told me that this song was the most default song, and I 100% agree. But that definitely does not mean the song is bad by any means. Like, when Future Tone first came out and I had no money because I was a teenager, so I could only play the prelude, this was the only song I played for days on end. I never could appreciate it then. It's the only song I played, but after listening to the entire soundtrack and coming back to this one, I was pleasantly surprised. It's really good. It sounds very great. Another one I have to be completely honest about. The reason it's this high is because of the story. I didn't really care for this one for like the first 4 years I was into Project Diva, but after listening to the entire Happiness series recently and hearing the stories from all of them, I found a brand new appreciation to this song, and in turn, I really like it now. She doesn't sing in this one, which you expect to find very noticeable, but I rarely notice because it sounds so refined and blends so well with the instruments. It's satisfying, and speaking of the instruments, it's kind of like there's a lot going on, but not enough to the point where it sounds not good, and I really like that. I am very happy. I loved this song, then I liked this song, then I didn't care for this song, then I didn't like this song, then I liked this song, and now I love this song. Also, the movements in this song are so funny. I don't know why, but the way they like shrug at the camera is so funny, and their floppy movements is just hilarious. I still have no idea what the song is even about, even after reading the lyrics, but that's typical of me because I mainly like the happy, cheerful, elegant songs, you know? Merry Christmas! Or should I say, the reason I really like this song is because it's about Christmas, and I really like Christmas and Christmas songs. But what I love even more about this song is the fact that it is not happy. It's so funny and great because it's the complete opposite of what you get when you listen to this song. I guess technically it isn't like evil or necessarily bad, and I guess in a way it could be interpreted as happy, but there's multiple different ways to interpret the song. You would not guess that one of the interpretations of the song is based on someone singing about their dead loved one. That's crazy. Yeah, I genuinely don't know how to rank this one because it doesn't fit with any other song, like, at all. I think this was actually my introduction to Vocaloid horror because I used to be very scared of this song, and I remember listening to a lot of covers of this song. It's so refreshing to see a song as obscure as this one in Project Diva, and yeah, I don't really know what to say about literally what the song sounds like. It's just really good and pleasant to listen to. The guitar solo alone would bring this up to an S, but A is nothing to scoff at. As simple and honestly kind of flat as this song is, the dynamic it brings are so strong that it doesn't get boring and sounds actually good. The tuning is off, but like that makes the song incredible and it really suits it. Off in this context does not mean bad by any means. It makes it sound like a goofy, silly little song and it sounds great. The PV is also really good, especially for a Project Diva 1 game. If someone could explain why this song is spelled the way it is, that would be much appreciated. Yeah, this song is Change Me but cranked up to 1,000. It's incredible. Like, genuinely so good. It has its setbacks, like the fact that Sakine Meiko is not the default version and is not available in Future Tone, and it kind of does get repetitive in a sense, even with its strong power, but those don't hold a candle to the great aspects about this song. The power, the way the chorus repeats, I swear it's different from the setback repeats. The English, the fact that Meiko sounds that good, everything. This song is at the bottom of so many people's ranking lists, and I just do not understand. Well, okay, I actually do understand because the chorus does get very repetitive, even though in this song I personally don't mind it, but again, I do understand why it's so low for some people. But the chorus is only a section of the song, and regardless of the fact that I like the chorus, the verses are great. They make really great use of the pauses into the drums, like the dun dun dun, and the rest of the song sounds good too, you know. My script says it's French next. I think this is the only context in which the Project Diva cuts in this song make it sound like a completely different song. Because they literally cut out the middle of verses in the Diva version and it sounds incomplete, which leads me to think, why does it sound so strange? Regardless though, the song is really pretty. There's a very filling feel to this song, like there aren't any white spots left on your coloring or painting, okay. It's smooth but still powerful like typical rock, and I think the blend of those two make this song sound so satisfying to listen to. Revenge, I'm sorry to call you out, but I just don't understand the hate with Megane. Well, okay, I understand it's because the noises can be very uncomfortable to listen to at times, even though in this song I personally don't mind it, but again, I do understand why it's so low for some people. But like, I don't know, the vibes are just really vibing in this song. The full version is better. This song is great. The song alone honestly can tell you the story of the song. When the chorus starts, you can hear Miku's voice first to indicate that she's like the protector, you know, and then when Rin comes in immediately after and she's like the one that wants peace, you know, and then like Glenn is the one where his voice is raspy a little bit and it sounds like he's going against the other two, so he's the villain. It's super cool, and the hundreds of guitars that are in the background really add to it. The urgency that goes into the break right before the sad part where, spoiler, Miku gets stabbed is kind of crazy. And then the ending where Rin gets up and the key change into the final end where the Rin harmony changes to indicate she killed Len, it's crazy. So this song is surprisingly incredible. It's genuinely one of the most underrated songs in my opinion. You listen to the intro and you're like, okay, it sounds like KZ, and then snap. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's amazing. And also the PV is super funny too because of the movements she does. Like, what is she doing? But yeah, the tuning is what you'd expect with KZ, but the instrumental, oh my goodness, it's just so beautiful. Repetitive and beautiful. Mainly vibes. Next. I just realized this song was made by Mikito P, and I love Mikito P, and I also love this song. I don't know if that's surprising considering I don't really like a lot of the other new DLC songs for Future Tone, but yeah, it kind of surprised me because on first listen, I didn't really care for it. But on multiple listens, I'm like, this is really good. I could write a 20-page essay on this song, so I am going to limit my opinion's length to make sure I don't. It's heartfelt, classic, and great. The only reason this song is this high is because it felt weird to put it anywhere else. When I was sorting, I was like, I don't really like this song that much, and was going to put it lower, but as I was comparing this song to those songs, I was like, this doesn't feel right. So up the tiers it went, and it landed here, which honestly feels right. The song itself is fine, but the phenomenon this song has caused is incredible, and like, how could you not at least have a little appreciation for this song? It isn't funny anymore, obviously, but when I first heard the song, I was dead on the floor laughing because of the translation. I guess you should like the best this one, big pale blue juice. What does that mean? But yeah, that's where we are. Hey Project Diva, so let's add some more Hachi songs to the game because not only will the charts be super fun, the songs are amazing and addicting. I honestly can't think of a reason to dislike this song, and it honestly surprised me that there are a lot of people that don't like this song for reasons I often say, like tuning and instruments, which is funny because I used to not like this song. I know we haven't gotten to the song yet, but you know the feeling when you get when you listen to something like Odds and Ends? I think that can be translated to this song as well, but like in a different vibe. With this song in particular, it's different kind of powerful. You know what I mean? And that's why I like this one so much. It holds up really well, And the fact that it's an old song and the tuning sounds the way it does is kinda unbelievable, because it sounds so good. Also, go watch that one documentary about this song, because that just adds to why this song is so good. Why did I put this song here? I don't really know. Next. So, a certain someone ranked this song as the worst Miku song in the game. I'm sorry? I understand the tuning might not be everyone's cup of tea, but the Under the Sea vibe to the Evening Sky vibe to the Skater vibe to the Stripping Rabbits vibe, it's all just so good. Mythical music is my weakness, and the only reason this song isn't higher is because of a huge issue I have with this song. When you listen to the song, and if I have good enough editing skills, which not because this is my first video, the first chorus, for whatever reason, changes keys, but goes down. Like, why would you go down in such an uplifting song? It doesn't sound bad, but to me, it makes it so incredibly underwhelming. And then, for whatever reason, they don't change it back. Or at least do it again in the next chorus. Like, why add it in the first place? That is such a random thing that they did, and it really prevents the song from being any higher than it is. It's harsh, but like, it makes the rest of the song sound so underwhelming, to be honest. I don't think I've heard anyone that Psy hates this song. It's so weird and quirky and goofy, and that's what makes it great. Yeah, so this song is wonderful. I know the point of the song is to be repetitive at times, and most of the times it does work, but for me, sometimes it does get too repetitive. Like, the intro can be cut off a little, and I think it would do wonders for my enjoyment of the song. Regardless, it's still really good. The transitions into the choruses are my favorite parts, especially the one into the final chorus. Whenever I listen to the song, I always ask myself, why do I not have an issue with the tuning? Like, it's not bad per se, but you can quite obviously hear some sort of distortion to it, and the pitch fluctuates, which on paper sounds like a formula for bad tuning, but in this song, it really works and significantly fits the vibe of this song. I love songs that sound hopeful, I guess, and this one, especially the end, when the cymbals come in, and it's just so great, and it always makes me happy. The chance time, heaven sound effects also make it a really good song. Like I said before, I'm not the biggest fan of songs where Miku sings at inhumane speeds, but this song is an exception for the simple fact that it's a samba. And as incredible as Latin music is, there are barely any Project Diva, let alone Vocaloid songs that follow Latin music like samba or merengue. Which is why, when I do hear one, it's like a diamond in the rough. Please give more love to songs like this one or Miku Fiesta, because I think songs like these are significantly better than what gets popular today. Honestly, this song is also kind of a default Vocaloid song for me. It's one of the oldest but most popular Vocaloid songs, but it never stood out for me. And then I grew up. And here we are in A tier. This song is exceptional. The only reason it isn't higher is just for the fact that I don't like this genre of song typically. But the sound of desperation that Miku has in her tuning is incredible, especially for an early Vocaloid song. I describe the song as haunting. I can't really explain the feeling other than that one word, because this song is more of a feeling and experience than a song, especially when you read the lyrics. Rest in peace, Wawaka. Cantarella, but good. And also not Cantarella. They just have the same royalty vibe. Adolescence is really good. It is so dramatic, and for good reason, because the story is insane and also was stolen. I'm pretty certain that this song came out before the concept of that one Disney Channel movie, so they literally ripped it off. And no one would be the wiser because no one knew what Vocaloid was in comparison to Disney Channel. But yeah, the only drawback is that the song is so incredibly long. But yeah, that's it. The section where they go into the slow part of the tuning is impeccable, and honestly might be my favorite tuning of any Vocaloid song out there. Same as the other, but better fitting Vocaloids, and the chart is really hard and is annoying. This song is just so happy. It's literally just spewing with optimism and hope and positivity, and everything about it is just great. It's literally just a song about thanking everyone, and that is just so wonderful and great, and it's so happy, and I love this song. This is really random, but I noticed a pattern in songs that I really enjoy. It's what I call an almost there section, where you're about to arrive at the conclusion of a chorus, but there's still one thing you have to do. And this song is a great example of it. Like, before you get to the final chorus, there's a little almost there section. If that made no sense, I'm sorry, but that's a huge reason of why this song is so high. All this talk about not liking rock songs only to have one of the most hardcore ones in A tier. But I've always liked this song, which is even a shock to me. As crowded and full this song is with its constant banging drums, sharp vocals, and guitar riffs, it all sounds so perfect for each other. I don't know, I just vibe with it. I don't have much to say about this one, so I'm just gonna list the things I like about it. The English, the sassiness, the makeup, the dress up, the glitches, the tuning, the vibes, it's all just there. This song has two peaks in my opinion. The best PV in the game and the best Deco 27 song. It's just insane to me that Deco 27 can go from something like Vampire and Salamander, two songs that are very similar and don't have like any heart or substance to them, and then also make this song that has so much substance, is so unique, even though it is just a rock song, and just sounds so fluid. Time to dance! Just copy and paste what I said about two-sided lovers and put it here, but also it sounds better and more like a song. It's really unfortunate that this song is in Project Diva, because this is just me theorizing, but beautiful songs like this get overshadowed because their charts are so slow and boring, and it causes people to not like the song itself as a result. But, like, this song is so absolutely gorgeous. Not the best slow song by any means, and it does take a second to, like, get really, really good, but when this song drops, oh my goodness, her tuning isn't even that strong in the sense of her screaming her heart out, but I still feel so sad when listening to this song. The story is just so touching, and this song really showcases that. Sadly, this song fell from grace. It used to be top 10, but after listening to its competition, it just beats it out, sadly. Also, I'm kind of sick of it, because when I first got Future Tone, I only had Colorful Tone, which are the arcade exclusives, edits, and songs from Mirai. I always just played this song over and over, but all of that to say, the song is still really great, and I sincerely appreciate its existence. I don't have much to say why I like it, other than just obvious stuff when listening to it, like the fact that it's in France, but yeah, it's really good. Speed running these next few because I have nothing new to say. I just want to party when I listen to this song. I love the scary vibe and the fact that it's in swing time. Dance time! Also, it's Luca, so naturally it would be high. Green Day. My friend, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry that I lied to you about saying that Share the World should have been the one added to Future Tone from X instead of this one, cause this song is just so good. You know who it is. You know, I thought I would have had a lot to say about this song, but when I got to writing description for these songs and I got to this one, I literally didn't have anything extra to say about it. The message is strong and the dynamics are just incredible. In high school, I was diabolically obsessed with Project Diva, and I would do anything to play it. Which is when I found this like really janky version of the first game where you can add any song you wanted, not PPD. Just Be Friends was the only song that I could correctly add because I am not tech savvy at all. And so I would just play this song on Extreme for hours on my janky old laptop. Those were the best days of my life, and I don't know why I told that story because it has nothing to do with my opinion of this song. But yeah, this song is really good, and it sounds kind of like a pop song you'd hear on the radio, no cap. This song is incredibly repetitive and has the same notes over and over without barely any dynamics. This is what I said when a Discord message asked us about our opinions of this song. But then someone said something that absolutely blew my mind. That doesn't matter. It's still good. And I wanted to get upset, but like, that's an incredibly valid point. This song is still really good regardless of that fact. The trumpets and the joyousness is infectious, and you can't help but get up and shake it after hearing this song. It's so dumb. It's very, very happy, and I like very, very happy songs. Also, one of the very first Vocaloid songs I listened to, so I'm a little bit biased. Have y'all seen the original PV for this song? If you haven't, I am begging you to go watch it because it is so heart-wrenching and one of the only Vocaloid songs to make me cry. Regardless of the story though, this song is great. My only critique is the one section of verses in the beginning of the song where there's kind of nothing happening, but that doesn't hold a candle to what this song does correctly. The chorus is so alluring, and the one instrumental section alongside the glitches in Miku's voice sounds so satisfying. Really, really good, and I was not expecting to put this song this high. Songs that repeat the same lyric over and over like Iya Iya Seijin are usually not my cup of tea, but this one obviously is an exception. Unlike Iya Iya Seijin, Miku's voice is soft enough for it to not be ear-piercingly annoying, and there's enough dynamic in this song for it to not get old. But what truly saves the nya 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 nyas is the fact that the instrumental for this song is incredible. When I shared with some people that this song's instrumental is probably the best in any Vocaloid song, I was not joking. And I swear on my life it is not bait. Listen to the song without Miku's voice. You probably won't like it as much as I do just because some people seem to not like this song, but it's so pretty. It also can be a great song, so yeah, I love this one. Sentimentality, classic yet not empty, trumpets, tuning, it's all simple but works wonders in this one. It is kind of forgettable, but when you do listen to it, it's just like, man, this song is so good and classic. I completely understand why most or some people do not like this song. The autotune is absolutely crazy in this one, even for a Vocaloid song. But, like, I like it. While I do think some parts are awkward, that's completely overshadowed by how catchy the chorus is and how happy the overall song is, which is funny because the song itself is not happy. At least that's what I was told, I'm not too sure. Regardless though, yeah, this song is super good. Where do I even begin with this song? Firstly, Luca's voice has never sounded better when she sings so low. It suits her so well and it sounds so gorgeous. Secondly, this song is repetition done right. Third, the section leading up to the final chorus gives me chills every time and is a prime example of my almost there explanation. Finally, I don't know, it's just really good. A huge critique I have of this song though is the fact that whenever she pronounces the S, it hurts my ears. I love the scary undertone thing that this song has. It's kind of like something lurking in the shadows or something is creeping up on you slowly. But I suppose it's a majority of Sasakure's songs. It sounds so fantastical and really immerses you in the video game-like atmosphere that the song provides. Everything about the song is so satisfying, and the way that Sasakure tunes Miku is so unique, but it sounds so great still. Was this song made in 2009? I feel like there's too many things this song does correctly for it to be a song that was made in 2009. Like, I genuinely have no critiques of this song. The tuning? Simple, but it works so well and the harmonies blend beautifully. The instrumental? Have you heard the song in general? The genre? I don't even know what the genre is. Is it like pop? Whatever it is, it's so dramatic and I love it. It's too good. And the only reason it's not higher is just because I don't have much to say other than it sounds really pretty. I think this might be the happiest Vocaloid song, I don't know. It's just so happy and fun and I love it, and it's unfortunate I don't have a lot of unique things to say about it since I'm running out of things to say in general because we're ending the A tier soon, but yeah, this song is just so happy and it makes me happy. Everything I said about Rain with a Chance of Sweet Drops, but just a hair better. And that's how we're gonna end the A tier. Woohoo! From here on up, I am very passionate about and will defend these songs until I die, especially considering some of these are controversial. And what better way to start than with Equation, even though I don't think this song is controversial. The silly little ad-libs the instruments have in the beginning of the sound, like the sliding and the beeps, are satisfying to hear. And when the beat drops in the first pre-chorus, it's just perfect. When it goes into the quiet section, the drums are iconic, but definitely the best part is right after that section, where there's silence, and then an explosion into the chorus. Then the final stretch where she repeats herself like 30 times is so happy and uplifting that I can't put this song anywhere else. KZ definitely puts something into their music because there are a lot of stunning Vocaloid songs from them. Just songs in general. I know a lot of people don't like this one because of the tuning, and I totally hear that. But to me, it makes it such a timeless Vocaloid song, and it's really iconic. It has such melodic beauty and rich orchestration, combining piano, strings, and electronic elements, ultimately creating a hauntingly beautiful landscape. Fancy words to describe this fancy pants song and how elegant it is, let alone the lyrics. What more can I say about this song other than it's just beautiful? Satisfying. Very satisfying. The way Miku's voice perfectly blends into the atmosphere of the instruments, the piano, which is surprisingly really pretty, and the guy saying the R-M-T, T-T-R-M-T and stuff like that are very nice to listen to. It's catchy, and I mean, come on, it's literally a song about MMORPGs. How could you not like it? It captures the vibe honestly kind of better than Negapose Continues, in my opinion. The track not only nails the essence of online gaming culture, but also delivers it with a level of humor and authenticity that resonates with gamers. That was ChatGPT. The upbeat rhythm and clever lyrics make it a memorable anthem for anyone who's ever been hooked on an MMORPG. That was also ChatGPT. This song is like really messy. There's so many things going on, which is like perfect for this song. It genuinely sounds like a breakdown, which is why it's so annoying that the song isn't actually about Miku having a breakdown. It's just her being in love, which, okay, thank you, we don't already have enough of that. But yeah, there's this alien sounding instrumental and it sounds very delightful and literally like a UFO. Like when the lights light up and it goes in a circle and the things, you know? But yeah, the stress in her voice, especially in the final chorus, adds to how quirky the song sounds, and I genuinely don't know what to say. I'm so sorry, I'm vibes. Okay, next. Summertime. While I don't like rock, I sure do like rock and roll, and this song showcases that. The 70s feel is represented so well, but that makes sense because Oster Project made this song. Rin and Miku, I think, were perfect Vocaloid choices for this song, for not only their voices, but their character as well. And it's just so happy, happy, happy. Gotta love those happy songs. I think what really separates this song from a lot of other Vocaloid songs, other than the fact that it's super unique for a Vocaloid song, is the fact that I don't have a favorite section in this song. Like, the entire thing is really great, and I listen to the full song whenever it comes on. I'm gonna cry just listening to the intro of this song right now. This is going to be a strange comparison, but this song reminds me of Studio Ghibli. Not only because of how it sounds, but because of the story. Something otherworldly that the characters strive to go to with a sort of mysterious aura in the music. It just reminds me so much of something like The Boy and the Heron or Ponyo. It's all just so captivating, and the art only helps solidify its impactfulness. Just listen to the full thing, and it's just wow. Nostalgic, fun, upbeat, Oster Project. Need I say more? Probably, but like those are the reasons I love this song. There's so many almost there motifs, and y'all know how much I love those. Gotta love it. Almost there motifs, and also it's like Louisiana music, and I'm from there, so naturally I'm going to like it. I love the parts where it goes into ragtime with the piano, and also the piano. There's a reason the song is called Piano Girl, because the one section where the piano goes up the scale is just so brilliant, and the fact that the PV replicates that is just so funny and creative. The gospel section is super good. The final part where she says the piano girl is super good. What is there to dislike about this song? Nothing, except for the end. They could have cut like 2 phrases, but it's okay because it's still a bop. Hearing the Future Tone version after hearing the original for so long is so weird, but I don't think my opinion changes drastically, other than the fact that there's no harmonies to the section right before the chorus, and if anything, the new version sounds a lot tighter and cleaner than the original. But regardless of all that, this song is beautiful. It's so groovy, but so emotional and sentimental. I don't know if I should groove or cry. The bongos in the back are spectacular. The piano section in the middle of the song is genius, but even though for some reason it doesn't match up in the chart, the way Miku's voice is tuned, it's just also elegant and crisp and clear. Not to mention the story is also touching and sad, even if I'm not really aware of what it's about. It's just absolutely fantastic. Welcome to Exciting World. I feel so higher. Do your best for number 1. We're gonna carry on the overflowing power. Don't feel down, baby. Show me your seriousness. Keep on shining. Feel like a fair wind, baby. Now is the time to start. Running step on the accelerator, baby. Carry your hope. Start your engine. Your head swims and daydreams. Be excited, heart and soul. The future is like a labyrinth, but it's bursting with bright things. The time with your sight overtake. I'll go ahead. Throw kiss. I hope that your dream begins to flap wings. Can you speed up a bit? Like the wind. First things first, unfortunately, the Luca version is the worst version, so I can't bring myself to use that version, so Miku it is. Now that that's over, there's a lot of small things I like about this song, even though the overall song is incredible. The second round of verses where our distortions in the voices is a super neat addition. The rain part, the section where she goes into the books and then she gets surprised and everyone says konnichiwa is just so good. It's just a feel-good song, even though the message is kind of sad. Ironically, I've never had this song stuck in my head. By no means does that mean I don't like this song though, because it is catchy regardless of the fact that I don't find myself singing it often. It's so classic and jungly and fun, there's so much to enjoy, which is why it surprises me as to why people don't like this one. I can understand it gets repetitive, but that's kind of the point of the song. But I can't talk because I put Iya Seija in solo. But yeah, not much else to say. Now this is a catchy song. It's cute and cats. The instruments are iconic and there's this sort of dreamlike feel to the song that makes you go to Catland and have a grand time. The way the song has so many chromatics but also no chromatics, and I don't know, it's just so pleasant to listen to. Good. Uh-oh, Patrick, your bias is showing. While it isn't the only reason I put it this high, yeah, this was one of my very first Vocaloid songs, and one of the only Vocaloid songs I listened to for like the 3 months I was interested in Vocaloid. I memorized the lyrics and the dance moves, and I was so dead set on finding out if this song was in Project Diva or not. This was before I knew anything about Project Diva and thought some songs just had PVs and no charts, which I was strikingly surprised with when I went to the arcade and they had this song. It's so nostalgic, but at the same time, even if it wasn't, and even if none of that happened, I would still put it in this spot. Because I am the funniest person on the planet, I am gonna give myself a short time limit to talk about this song. The harmonies are incredible, the vibes are immaculate, the dramatics are dramatic, the tuning is so light but fitting, the build-ups are incredible, the ending is so satisfying. The only critique is the instrumental break in the middle that I don't really care for, but that doesn't matter because the rest of the song makes up for it. I gotta be honest, who would like this song? There's genuinely no flow to the song, the tuning is really strange, and it screams circus. But, like, it's mesmerizing, it's enchanting and bewitching and alluring. It's just beautiful. Like, I know I said this a lot, but I genuinely cannot tell you why I like this song. It's just amazing. This song was released on my birthday, and also the birthday of Project Diva. It was commissioned specifically for Project Diva, which was shocking to me because who would want to play this song in a rhythm game? But yeah, this song is beautiful. Similar to Marginal, but the complete opposite of Marginal, I can explain exactly why I like this song. It's mesmerizing, enchanting, bewitching, and alluring, and all around beautiful. The like hip-hop DJ mix in the background with the afterglow vocals and the strong bass with the incredible electric guitar, it literally, not figuratively, blends together so well. Need I say more that I haven't said already? The reason this one is higher than the other beautiful and elegant songs is because of the ending. Wow, that ending hits really hard. Just before it, there's this strong chorus where Miku is belting and then it just stops and she's just crying. It's so impactful because the moment never picks up again. Like, that's the end. But everything else I said previously about the elegant songs apply to this one. The tuning is so cool and eccentric. It's so nice in tune with the background, and yeah, this song is just super catchy. Meteor on Crack. This song has such a deep emotional impact, and Jimmy Thumpy excels in that. Just so good. If you don't like this song, I understand. Realistically, it isn't anything special. But this song is the only Vocaloid song that has ever really resonated with me on a deep emotional level that I can actually understand and relate to. I've said that other songs are incredibly emotional and beautiful, which is true, but sometimes the lyrics are just so convoluted, or I'm just not smart enough to understand them, or I just don't relate even if I do think it's emotional, which actually goes for a lot of Vocaloid songs. But I definitely do relate to this one, and that alone made me really like this song. But the song itself is amazing too. I love the repetitions of the build up into the final first chorus. Yeah, I don't know, this song, as simple as it is, has a really special place in my heart. Let's Fly! I don't know why I put this one so high, but like, this is definitely where it belongs. It takes me on an adventure! This song is incredible. This song slaps. It's so good, it's like the song of the summer. It genuinely is so summery and makes me want to go to the beach or the water park. Her voice is great, and yeah, it's just so good. My best friend and I went to Great Wolf Lodge when we were younger, and when we got to the tallest water slide, we sang this song because the water slide looked exactly like the one in the PV. Yes, I know the song was originally Dear Coco Girls PV, but we sang this song, you know? This song is so catchy, and the timbales are iconic. By far my favorite KZ live tune song. Like I've said a million times, I know KZ's tuning turns a lot of people off, and I completely understand that. I just don't agree. It's so beautiful, and I couldn't imagine any other tuning going into this specific song. I think this song is my favorite instrumental-wise. The piano is absolutely stunning, and the chorus with the violins is beautiful, but honestly, the ending when Miku is done singing, it's just transcendent. I am breathless every time I listen to this song, and the fact that the extreme chart is harder than the extra extreme is so funny to me. Does anyone actually not like this song? There are songs I can understand people not liking for various reasons, but I don't think there really is an excuse for this one. What is there to not like about this song other than the little laser things that go on for a really long time? It's so epic, yet so happy, yet so cool, and anyone that has it in their top 10 has absolute taste. It is just fantastic. There are many things that I love about this song. One of them being the fact that every cover is equally good, and I don't care which one I listen to. Even Kaido or Mako, which technically means this is my favorite Kaido song. But the overwhelming positivity this song provides is exactly what I need, and is exactly what makes me like this song so much. The ending in particular is just flooded with positivity and good vibes, like I can't help but have it in high S tier. The dance moves are also iconic, and it's funny because there's a little error where Rin doesn't follow the same choreography as the other two. She just doesn't move both legs. It's very silly. What letter does sexy start with? S. And that's the perfect way to end off the S tier. Mako and Luca have never sounded better together, and the fact that this is the only duet between the two is ridiculous. You mean to tell me that the only two adult women in this game don't have more than one song together? That's crazy, especially considering that the fact that they sound incredible together. Their voices are so satisfying to listen to in this song, and that's definitely a huge reason this song is so high. The almost there motif is also very present in this song. Literally the entire section before they're both done singing in the end is absolutely perfect, and I really hope this sends the message to Project Diva to add more of their duets, except Project Diva is dead, unfortunately.
Words cannot describe the feelings I get when I listen to this song. From the minute Miku's hands touch the piano, you know that stuff is gonna be good. Swing time is perfect for a song like this, and makes it feel much more nostalgic, I guess. The repetition in this song is also a perfect representation of repetition done right. The desperation and want and need to break out of a cycle that you continuously put yourself through is shown so well in this song, and that's just one incredible aspect. 40MP naturally has a lot of songs that I really like. They all just sound so grounded and realistic. Miku sounds so naturally human in this song, and not in the same way literally like Michi M. She has sincere emotion. And not only that, the instrumentation shines here as well, especially the bongos. All of this to add to the song's themes of repetition and being a performer putting on a show for the rest of the world with the inability to reach those or the one that actually cares. Let me just say though that I am not a song analyst or smart, so I could be completely off with this. Regardless, I am in love with this song, and it's one of the best songs ever invented. Also, fun fact, you know how Gumi can't be in Project Diva because of copyright or whatever? Well, she sings in this song, albeit in the background, but you can easily hear her in the game by just not hitting the notes. Miku and Gumi really complement each other, and that's quite obviously shown in this song. So, overall, an incredible song, and I cannot see myself ever getting tired of this one. First and foremost, while I know that the version in the game is the append mix, my opinion is going to be focused on the original version, because the one in the game is tuned awfully in my opinion. There's a reason Gugu888 uses the original and not the append mix. This is possibly the catchiest and most earwormy Vocaloid song out there, and for good reason, because this song is amazing. The instrumentals, particularly like the POW instrument, I don't know what it's called, are very jarring because the rest of the song sounds like children's music, but that's what makes it iconic and makes it sound so great. It mixes such a simple premise with the melody and then adds in these heavy drums and turntables and loud bass. It all blends super well together. And it's catchy, did I already say that? The chorus specifically is so hopeful and optimistic, even compared to something like Colorful X's melody. And guess what this song has so many of? Almost there motifs. Literally, the crescendo into the top note of the final chorus into the final note is the epitome of what I'm talking about with the almost there motifs. So yeah, I love this song a lot, and I really wish they had the option to bring back the original vocals, because I think the new ones suck.
Bye, bitch!
So do you remember like 5 seconds ago how I said that Rin Rin Signal might be the catchiest song in the game? Yeah, well, I lied, it's this one. I wonder if there's a pattern with what songs I like. When my friend and I first listened to this song, we both knew it was going to be one of the best ever. Usually for me with Vocaloid songs, I have to listen to the song like multiple times, or at least listen through the full song once to truly like it, but not with this one. The intro alone with the goodbye, bye bye, bye 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 is genius. Honestly, I might be brainwashed because I only really listen to Vocaloid, but I could see this song on the radio. Parts of this song, particularly the chorus, remind me a lot of ABBA. I can't pinpoint exactly why, but it definitely would be in a musical like Mamma Mia. And I'm so sorry if you're tired of me saying this, but the almost there motif is best in this song. Right out of the final pre-chorus, with that key change into the final chorus, it gives me goosebumps, to be honest, and the rest of the song from there is just constant bliss. Also, even though the PV for the song is, like, relatively not good, I don't know, the vibe of it really suits the song. Like, I couldn't imagine any other PV for it. The sunset part in particular is perfect. But, in order for me to move on to number 6, I'm gonna have to say,
how can you be sleepy if you don't know how to have dreams?
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know how to have dreams. No, no.
I actually didn't used to have this one this high up here before, and the reason I bring this up is because it's literally number 7, which is a huge placement. Similar to Paradichlorobenzene, I've had a mixed relationship with this song. I absolutely loved it the first time I listened. A couple years later, I didn't really care for it, and when Future Tone came out, I really didn't care for it. That was mainly because I was disappointed to see that it was 6.5 stars, which, in hindsight, I don't really understand how they would have made it any harder, and that really took points off of me liking this song. It was long to play, there were parts you could easily mess up on, and overall it was just really boring. The gameplay significantly affected me liking this song, and whenever I had to play it during speedruns and I got this one, I was fuming. Which shows that speedrunning is not biased, because I also have to do the same thing with Far Away. So, when it came time to actually listen to the song for putting my ranking video together, I was kinda irritated because I had to brace myself for boredom and giving it a stupid description in D or C tier. And then, yeah, I had completely forgot about how incredible this song was to listen to. It's delicious. Genuinely impressive how Dixie Flatline is able to put such emotion into a song when Miku is tuned in a way that just sounds like any other Vocaloid song. The premise is also absolutely gorgeous. Dixie Flatline is a master of this style of music, and that's clear in this song. It was also a perfect choice to end Project Diva F, because after the demon spawn that Sadistic Music Factory was, you need something to cleanse yourself, and there isn't a better option than this song. Also, Vocaloids in church. Horror Vocaloid is so common, so if you ever get scared of that, just listen to this song. So yeah, it's a fantastic song, and if you haven't listened to it for the sake of listening to it, please do it. Honestly, I kinda don't want to write a description for this song, because I can't. I just want to play the song and the PV, and that is my opinion of the song, because the beauty of the song cannot be put into words. I literally listened through the whole song and completely forgot to write the description about it because I was so engulfed in it. Just take a look at the first frame of the PV, and that will tell you everything you need to know about my opinion of this song. Just absolutely stunning and brilliant.
Hello, me. As said before, Luca has the most relatable songs, and I'm sure a lot of people that have listened to her songs can relate. Luca's voice is best showcased in this song, in my opinion. The earnest, yet powerful, yet calm, yet heartfelt, yet exhausted, yet elegant, yet classic feel to her voice is so complex, yet so simple, and in the best way possible. Such a classic sounding song that actually has substance to it. This song, Hello Worker, and Sound are all the exact same, to be completely honest. It's more of an experience, and me just talking about it is not going to come close to being able to convey my true feelings for the song. It's such a simple premise, but still has so much heartfelt emotion a part of it that it's just delightful to listen to. Just listen to it. For real. When I heard that there are people out there that don't care and even dislike this song, my jaw dropped. I've been trying my best recently to not judge people for their opinions, but if you don't like this song, I think you're objectively incorrect. People's criticisms of this song are the fact that it doesn't do anything special and it sounds like elevator music. Number one, what are you talking about? It doesn't do anything special. Name one other Vocaloid song that sounds like this one. I'll wait, and if you're able to find one, tell me, because I have yet to hear another absolute gem like this one. Number two, so what if it sounds like elevator music? It doesn't, but even if it did, who cares? It's some incredible elevator music, and I would not at all mind listening to this every time I stepped into one. Even though it's number 3 on my list, I do have a critique of this song. While I like all of the versions of this song, it's easy for me to tell that the Luca, Mako, and Rin version are all covers, unlike songs like Sing and Smile where I can enjoy them all equally. But the Miku version is clearly superior. Her voice blends perfectly with the instrumental and is so calming and relaxing, even more so than Luca's, which is insane. So other than that, I absolutely adore every single aspect of this song. And if you don't like this song, just know that you're wrong and you should probably stop listening to Giga P. First and foremost, the original with that nasty tuning does not exist. Unlike Tricolor Airline, I won't get upset that people dislike this song. Like Tricolor Airline, I will not understand why people hate this one. Neutral to or dislike, sure, whatever. But hate? People put this song at the bottom of their lists, and for what reason, I have absolutely no clue. I am the only person on Earth that will say that I am glad that this song returned in X compared to most other songs that they could have brought back. It just fits the cute cloud perfectly, and the PV in both versions is fantastic, even if in X it's just her dancing. It literally is such a distraction from the real world and truly sends you on a journey like the one she's talking about. It's so homey and comfortable and incredibly unique. Like, obviously the story and the song is unique considering LOL does not mean lots of laughs, but there's something about this song that feels different from any other Vocaloid song. It definitely could be the tuning, because a lot of the time it gets drowned out by the instrumentals, but in a good way, because it sounds like she's in a dream. And it definitely could be the interesting instrumentals. Like, I don't know how to explain the instrument, but the raspiness of the instruments combined with Miku's soft and warm voice is like eating warm chocolate chip cookies with a cold glass of milk. And guess what's in this song? Almost There motifs! Doesn't that make you LOL? So yeah, I cannot get enough of this song, and I will never get tired, and I love it, and it gives me lots of laughs. We have finally arrived to my absolute favorite Project Diva Future Tone song of all time, Clover Club. The full version is better. This song has been my favorite Project Diva song ever since I first listened to it, and fun fact, this song is what got me into Vocaloid. While Nya 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 was the very first Vocaloid song I listened to thanks to my friend showing me the game on her PS Vita in 7th grade, this one was next, and for some reason stood out to me more. Like, the PV is literally just her dancing on a bridge with a giant clover in the background, so I have no clue why it stood out to me. But after watching it on her Vita, I went home and looked up the song, and there it was. I listened to it, and I was absolutely blown away with how incredible it was. I downloaded it on an illegal website onto my laptop that I literally took to school just so I can listen to that one song throughout the whole day. And I think the fact that I've never gotten tired of it, even after listening to it so many times over the years, is a true testament to how much I love this song. I also memorized the dance. And actually, I did a little cameo of it when I was in Shrek the Musical at my high school. I played Donkey, so it really fit with the character, you know. I didn't know at the time, but this song is also incredibly unique too, even if it doesn't seem like it at first glance. The tuning is so different from most, if not all, other Vocaloid songs, and the chorus is absolutely adorable whenever she finishes a phrase ending with the "in-and-da." It's an incredibly catchy rhythm that gets stuck in my head often. Almost There motifs galore, beautiful chiptune with more modern and realistic instruments, the lyrics, where I had strong opinions of when I was younger because people literally were saying that the song is about death and getting stabbed when that literally is just one line and is not a representation of the song as a whole at all. Also, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot to talk about the lyrics. Absolutely no one could have guessed that this song was about making an alcoholic beverage unless you knew what a Clover Club was or spoke Japanese. Like, you mean to tell me this adorable and catchy Vocaloid song is about making an alcoholic beverage to wipe all of your worries away? That's also literally showcased in the PV, in which I had no idea. The chorus, where she talks about how to make the drink, literally changes to nighttime, which I didn't realize that was nighttime. I thought the background was just kind of warping and doing its silly thing. It's so incredible, and I cannot think of anywhere else to put this absolute beauty of a song. It is a perfect way to end off this long list. And that concludes my ranking of all 250 Future Tone songs. I never realized how much work goes into making one of these rankings, especially considering that I said it would release after, you know, like a week, and that turned into 3 months. And this is obviously not the most serious ranking video ever, so I couldn't even imagine someone like Shea Frillis Productions having to do this almost every month. Speaking of which, in case you couldn't tell, I was inspired by how he edits his videos, as I've been watched every single one of his videos like 100 times. Anyway, if you've made it this far and are hearing what I'm saying right now, thank you. This is definitely a passion project rather than something serious, but it was seriously fun to make and put everything together. It's so fun to talk about my interests, and I'm trying my best to be more open about hearing other people's opinions without getting, like, triggered, especially if they differ from mine, so please let me know if you agree or disagree with anything that I've said. I love Future Tone, it's my favorite game after Persona 4, and maybe more than Persona 4, I don't know, and I can't wait for the next game to come out.